We keep asking, what's trending? What's viral? Here, we ask, what's fresh in the entertainment scene? The latest innovations in science and inventions in the medical field. What's fresh on the planet? Next big thing, NBT.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vaughn, and welcome to the show. This is NBT.
I'd like to congratulate our previous MBT feature. Ngayon, kasama na natin. Welcome, Julia Guts.
Thank you, everyone. Hello, Sir Vaughn. Hello, Sir Ryan. How is everyone doing? This is Julia Guts from Crosswave. Yay.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And again, to all our viewers, so welcome to the show. This is the new big thing. And tonight, meron tayong featured NBT. And it's going to be big anytime soon. So, without further ado, let's welcome our guest. Sige, Julia, i-introduce mo na.
Okay, Sir Vaughn. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our one and only Mr. Edward Barber.
What's up, everyone? Hello po. Hi,
Hello.
I'm doing well. Hi, Sir Vaughn, Sir Brian. The woman who's got guts. Julia.
Wow.
I told you, I warned you guys before that I make the most amazing dad jokes. So I need you to help me out. But pretend to laugh at me. It's okay. Hello po sa mga kababayan natin all over. Anyone listening to this, wherever you are right now, I hope you're doing well. And thank you guys for having me on the show as well. It's this. Siguro it's better first if I tell you what the show is about. Of course, the show Fresh Take is a show where we bring the local talent of the Philippines, OPM, original Filipino music, music destined for the world stage, and we bring it to everyone abroad. The local talent, the fresh artists, kaya naman Fresh Take, with their music, fresh covers of different songs. Again, we're bringing it to everyone worldwide. And the reason I felt honored and may I even say a wise choice getting me is because I know how it is to grow up abroad and not give OPM a chance. That is sobrang shut off. Na parang, I love my hip hop. I love my Eminem. I'll stay here. I won't listen to anything else. And I came to the Philippines. I learned the language. And now I have people coming to me, Edward, hindi ko alam kung ano yung sinasabi. Yung mga kanta, I don't know what the lyrics mean, but I feel the song. And I siguro I know how to bring it across to someone who's not so open to OPM and make them fall in love with it. So siguro ako yung pinili for this show, and I'm so happy that it is. And thank you to TFC and MYX for choosing me.
Since you are now the host for this Fresh Take show, what could be the positive effect on you, on your career?
I mean, other than it being just a really big opportunity in general, hosting ay isa sa mga bagay na talagang I feel like I fell in love with. It's one of the reasons I'm thankful to 2020, because if the pandemic in 2020 didn't happen, I don't think I would have fallen in love with hosting as much as I am now. So the advantages are I get to explore more of who I am as a host. Hindi ako yung sobrang, like we have the Robbies, the Luis Manzanos, the Billy Crawfords. I'm not exactly like that. Hindi ako yung sobrang komedyante and witty like them. But I love conversing. I love having conversations. I love interviews. And I love that I get the chance now through Fresh Take and through this opportunity to discover who I am more as a host, as well as being on that mission to spread who we are as Filipinos worldwide.
Yes, before I ask the next question, I would just like to commend you because your transition from being in Germany to the Philippines, I'm pretty sure that you struggled a little bit here and there because it's a new country, new culture, and stuff like that. But I really like how you see this as an opportunity, and I love seeing the passion in your eyes, that you're very passionate on with hosting, with oh my goodness, the beautiful eyes. But yeah, so my question would be, what type of music do you listen to? Like personally, are you the mainstream type, or do you also listen to underground music or underrated artists?
Okay, the main genre, and this might catch a lot of people by surprise. The main genre that I listen to at the moment is actually worship music. I'm a Christian. I listen to that. I used to listen to a lot of hip hop. I used to curse a lot. But I don't really listen to that anymore. It's sort of like in my past. I don't like it that much anymore. However, I always parang ang weird naman if you're working in music that you don't know what music is fresh at the moment, diba?
Exactly.
But in the local scene here in the Philippines, if you're talking about underrated artists, there's so many artists like underground hip hop artists.
Yes.
Dude, the likes of who can I say? Price Tag. We got so many Cristelano. There's so many, and those names might not even be the most biggest names. Some people might not even know them, but you have to check them out. Kahit yung mga kahit yung mga flip-top artists that make their own tracks, they're amazing. Even some of the up-and-coming people just post their covers. They record songs on their phones and release them officially.
Yep.
That's how much talent we have. So, siguro sometimes limited tayo or yung mga artists by the technology, but that you can't limit talent. So, I'll listen to anything I can get my hands on, but in my own time, personal time, where I just want to have some quiet space, I'll listen to my worship music.
What are the top 3 career options you have in mind if you missed this opportunity in Philippine showbiz?
In Philippine showbiz, I'd either be a writer, like a book writer. That was my dream before, to write books, to write stories. A psychologist, because I was always wondering as a young kid how to understand women, and I think that probably won't help, but no harm in trying. But number 3, this is probably the most likely even now if I were to quit showbiz, I'd probably be in a ministry. And by ministry, I mean church ministry. I'm not gonna be a priest, but I would love to become a preacher or a pastor, not a TV. I'm not gonna try and get you to tithe to me.
So follow-up question naman. Of course, now you're hosting the Fresh Take. How do you stay updated with the music industry? Kasi napaka-importante nito, di ba? Do you have any strategy or does it comes out naturally from your own interest?
Well, a lot of them comes from exposure. Siguro exposure sa industry itself. Like when you're in it, sometimes you don't have to look, You don't always have to listen to the radio or like the top 10 hits of like the day just to see what's fresh. Honestly, you go on TikTok, you know what's trending already. Like you see the trends, and it's annoying. But of course, through like, it's one of the biggest privileges of my life to work in an industry where I know so many artists personally. I'm not saying I'm besties with everyone, but I'm saying like sometimes you go to work, you go to ASAP, you hear Casey singing a song, Casey Tandingan. You hear Sir Gary, you hear all the new gen artists as well. So it's really cool to be able to hear what's going on from them. But also it's just exposure to social media, as well as when you work in the industry, you'll be exposed to it. Sometimes you don't need a strategy. It's just there.
So with that being said, since your show is called Fresh Take, what type of new content do you look out for? Like, what are the qualities of a new content do you consider interesting or fascinating, like show worthy?
Well, for example, in Fresh Take, there's so many different types of artists. Like we have people singing them, the serenade songs, the ballads, but then we have some biritan. Like we have some Anna Ramsey's an artist where she goes like all out, like she sings, and it's like she's shouting but she's singing, and it's awesome. So it's the way I look at it, and to not give such a long answer, when I asked what type of hosting they wanted for the show, they said, Edward, we want the way that you would host, who you are. And it's the same thing for Fresh Take. Kung sino yung mga artist na yan, ano yung identity nila as an artist, yun ang gusto namin. And everyone's different in that regard. So it'll always be fresh because it's them.
Kumbaga, what makes them them is what gets them there. Ganon. I see.
Being a host is a lot of preparation, right? It's all about hindi yung tatayo ka na lang dyan, okay na. You have to prepare yourself. So my question is, what are the most important factors to consider when you're doing a show? How do you prepare yourself?
Siguro yung biggest preparation I do is research, because I don't like going into interviews and trying to find out stuff about them there. Lalo na sa Fresh Take, the interviews there are like 6-7 minutes. It's super short and sweet, and then that's it. Performances na. I would love an hour with each person, but we can't. So you have to know what they're about, what their song's about, what they've done in the past. But the biggest prep, I think, in general, is just having a good relationship with your team. Because the team that I work around is from MYX. I've all worked with them before, but there are a lot of people like the cameraman, the lighting guys. I don't know them because they're always different. But it's always good to have a good relationship with them because we work for each other there, and that's the main thing that's the main spirit of MYX. So, yeah. If you have a team, it works well. That's the biggest part.
So, since you talked about like teamwork and all that, diba? You entered the PBB house, am I correct?
Yes.
But before you entered the PBB house, like imagine your life before showbiz. Were you an introvert, ambivert, or extrovert?
I was until now. I'm an extreme introvert.
No way.
I'm an extreme introvert. I'm a really shy person. I managed to get PBB really busted that out of me. Like I had to do a bunch of stuff. But for me, I'm one of those people that if I need to be, I can be an extrovert. Like I can. But then you'll see me. I'll have like a couple hours in my room. I have to recharge as well. That's why I have a lot of quiet time. I'm that stereotypical guy on like in the meme pages on Instagram. It's like, man, when you don't know me, I'm quiet. But when you're close to me, we'll have fun. Like we'll laugh.
Yeah.
Pero honestly, I'm an introvert, and I do like my quiet time. So yeah.
So you get more energy when you're by yourself, right? That's what an introvert is, diba?
Yeah. But I do enjoy being. I do have moments, when I'm with people that I'm comfortable with.
Comfortable with, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, since coming to the Philippines is like you're being introduced with a lot of foods, delicacies. Ano ba yung natutunan mong kainin at nagustuhan mo, naging favorite mo siya? At ano naman yung ino-offer sa yung pagkain pero hindi mo talaga siya nagustuhan? And at bakit?
Oh my gosh, the one I love. I don't know. I know this is not like in terms of desserts. I love halo-halo, and everyone thinks I'm weird in Germany. They're like, why would you want corn and ice cream? It's like, no, I love it. I love the mix, or as they call it, mix halo-halo. I love that, but I love something I can never really get my hands on is balot. I'm sorry, like I can't eat balot. Anything with like,
No?
I can't. I've eaten it before. One time in PBB for a challenge, and I'm like, yep, I'm good for the rest of my life. Okay na ako. And I'm not hating on anyone who loves balot. I know I have some family members who love it. Just for me, yung eggs, I can't. I don't like it. I can't.
Now, since we have mentioned about food, diba, parang I could make a correlation with Fresh Take. Why? Because you'll be encouraging people to different music genre. Now, syempre, meron tayong mga personal favorites about music. How will you manage to encourage the rest of the global Pinoy about this certain music genre where sometimes parang medyo it's hard for us to try to like a certain music genre. Syempre, diba? Halimbawa, may mga songs ka na or may mga niroot ka mga artists, but then this would be your chance also to experiment, to get to know this music genre. How would you handle this kind of situation?
Well, siguro yung importante dyan is yung it's the what versus the why. So yung sitwasyon, yung problema na yun is the what. That's the challenge. But any what is conquerable when you have the why, and the why is to share what we have. So the situation there is like, again, as a host, the show is not about me. It's about them. So it's just like how I present it, or how they present themselves, because they're performing as well. I only have a couple of minutes that I get to talk to them. And you'll see that these people are not hard to like. It's really easy to like them. Like they walk in and like it's a breath of fresh air. Like one of my close friends, Jeremy Glinoga, came on the show. Up until the moment he was about to sing, literally like 3 seconds before he was about to sing, playing na yung music, he was like yeah. Then start singing. He was just chatting to me. So there are these people who are just so lovely and bubbly in themselves. Pero yun nga, going back to your question, the music, Um, there's a reason they're performing. There's a reason they're amazing already. Um, these aren't people who are, you know, auditioned and then got in. These are people who have gone through the process and who have built themselves up and deserve the spotlight. And with the different genres, it's actually again, I only have like 6-7 minutes where I can talk to them, but it's their performances that can really speak for themselves. So on my behalf and on their behalf, their music will do the talking. Kahit ano man genre yan.
You mentioned you were born in Germany, correct? Where did you learn speaking Tagalog like that? Ang galing.
Di ko na how to be you.
How to be you. How to be you ba?
Brian, how to be you? Kasi you were born in Germany.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like it's
very fluent.
it's not
Sana
different.
all.
Like you were born in Canada or
Once.
US, pero balaktot yung ano nila, no? Yung
Tagalog.
Tagalog. But I was listening to you.
Tinalo mo.
That's why you will be a very good host for Fresh Take.
Mm.
Salamat po. That means a lot. My answer to that question is paglabas po ng PBB, I had friends already from within PBB. One of them was, you know, my love team at the moment, my Entrata, a very close friend of mine. And nung time na nasa PBB kami, di siya marunong mag-English. Hindi ako marunong mag-Tagalog, pero kami yung isa sa she was one of the closest people to me. So puro ang mga sign language, yung you know what the time is, you make laba, like you know, stuff like that. And when we came out of PBB, of course, nandito ako sa Pilipinas. Si Maymay bang mag-a-adjust sa akin? She's gonna learn English for me. No, I have to learn Tagalog. And we were working together, like even up until now. So how many years? You know, we were working together almost every day. So dahil sa kanya, I really credit a lot of that to her. Not like she's teaching me, just naturally from being in the space, being amongst Tagalog speakers, dun lumabas yung natural. Honestly, hanggang ngayon, nahihirapan ako sa pagsulat ng Tagalog words. Because I never learned that formally. I just learned how to hear it. I learned yun nga, yung mga trends, yung BGC boys to
Oh my
yung,
goodness.
even till gay lingo, I know that stuff. I misused it a bunch of times. I'm sorry. Pero yun nga, parang just being exposed and living here, it's the way I learned. And I lived in Germany for 16 years. Now I don't even remember the language now.
Amazing. Yeah.
Because I was never really amongst the people, and I live here amongst the people, and I would never be anywhere else. Kaya siguro ako natuto ng Tagalog na mas mabilis. Because I love the people.
Okay.
Pero meron ka
so,
bang alam na local dialect like
say from
Bisaya,
Tagalog.
Ilonggo, or
Honestly, nagalit ako sa mga relatives ko sa La Union. Kasi sabi ko, natuto ako ng Tagalog para sa inyo. Tapos, you're speaking Ilocano? I don't know how to speak. I'm just focusing dito muna sa Tagalog. Siguro in the next couple of years, I'll try and learn Bisaya or kahit yung mga phrases. I know yung mga ayong buntag, yung gihigog mata mo, yung mga small phrases lang in Bisaya. But other than that, honestly, I know a little bit more, pero curse words, of course, we're not gonna do that here naturally. But yun nga po. Siguro in the future.
Okay. Great.
I just want to know if you have a deeper passion or like a deeper purpose behind the show that you're about to host, Fresh Take. I see that you're very interested and you're very, not to say close, but you somehow when you meet the new artists, right, before they perform, like you mentioned earlier, it's hard not to like them, like you said. So being that person behind the scenes, you see them perform, you see them showcase their natural God-given talent. How does it feel? I'm sorry, not how does it feel. Do you have a deeper purpose? Did you find or discover within yourself na I really want to do this for the artists? Is there any deeper purpose to it?
Well, that's it. Well, I think it's the deepest, as deep as it gets in terms of questions. For me, okay, I used to be really like doing a lot of acting. That was really what I wanted to do before, or I thought I wanted to do, and I still love it. There's still a love for there, but I realized that when you're acting, regardless of how honest you are as a person, you're still a character. It's not it's an extension of yourself, totoo naman yan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you're portraying a role. But in hosting, it's real, it's the heart, it's honest. It's an interview. I can understand who you are, your story. At yun ang gusto ko. And for how many years I was doing acting, and I never really felt that fulfillment. Like parang siguro abot ako sa point na I won't be afraid, or it's just too easy for me, so I don't have to worry about work anymore. But in hosting, I can't really answer your question because I'm still discovering that deeper purpose as well. But I really discovered that I just love what's honest and what's real. In an interview, in a conversation, and I just love talking to people about their stories. I also have a show on Kumu called Kwentong Barber, Di Kwentong Barbero, Di Kwentong Babaero, Kwentong Barber, and it's just really getting to know the story behind certain artists, their experiences and so on, and I mean, I link it back as well to I don't want to get too deep into it. I know we're running out of time. Beginning of 2020 was a really tough year for me, even before the pandemic. And that's when I found my faith as well. And God revived me in so many ways there. And I realized that He put me here for a purpose and for a reason. And if that is to help present people through hosting, game na game ako dyan. I don't get tired as much in host. I'm not saying only energy, but when I'm hosting, kahit nakakapagod, I get fulfilled in it. So I know it's what I'm supposed to be doing.
You actually answered the question, right?
Okay, there you go.
Like super amazingly, and I commend you on that.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Last question. How
For
would you invite somebody who's not into music, pero you want to invite them for Fresh Take so that they can discover the new kind of music that we have right now? Like, for example, somebody who's so glued to, I just love the old OPM, something like that. So for somebody who's
all right. Well, to everyone who feels that way, na siguro katulad ko dati, na super close sa iba't ibang genre, sa OPM in general, if you're saying to yourself, I don't like that music, forget about that word music. Just think about the story. Think about the emotion. You have emotions, you have a story, and that's how you're gonna relate to it. It's just in the form of music. It's just in the form of a song. And if you're willing to hear new stories, if you're willing to hear those experiences of the artists singing, then give it a shot. You won't lose anything, and I guarantee you will gain something. So I'll go ahead and plug as well. This coming Sunday, June 6th, will be the first episode or the premiere of Fresh Take, happening on TFC, the Filipino channel, worldwide, as well as here locally here in the Philippines, and on MYX. Again, it's 8 p.m. this coming Sunday. It's gonna be a great time. We have the likes of we have
on your first episode. Give us a shout out, North America, MCBN.
Okay,
Sir Brian and Julia. Okay, don't forget that.
I'll do it on the next cycle because we're actually pre-taped.
Okay.
So
Abangan ko yan, ha?
next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Alright, I'll see you guys there.
first time. From Edward.
So anyway, Edward, it's been a pleasure having you. Your fans, nakakuha sila ng they get a lot of ideas of who you are. Ayan, nagsiselfie na si Brian.
I just want to invite, of course, other than Fresh Take, I want to invite everyone to come every Sunday as well, 11:45 Filipino time, to watch I Want ASAP. And of course, ASAP natin to. I'll be also in the next cycle doing prods. Yes, I already have the lineup. I'm excited for that. But of course, as well, yung Kwentong Barber na binanggit ko kanina, there's actually going to be a season 2. We had so many amazing guests in the first season, and this coming June, end of June, we're going to be having a new season as well. And a whole bunch of, if we had the likes of Katrina Gray, Miss Regine, and Donnie Pangilinan in the first season, we're going to have so many more in the next season. So abangan niyo po yun. Kumu, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. starting later in June. What's up, guys? You are watching NBT. I am Edward Barber, and I am the next big thing. Subscribe down below.